Hello and welcome back to another Warlords of Draenor video. So today we are going to be just having a look at some of the news that's happened over the last few days. I would have liked to bring you some beta content, but unfortunately the servers are down. However, we should get, well, hopefully there'll be some footage of the Everbloom dungeon to show you tomorrow. I may put a little bit of a failed run, because the servers restarted halfway through in this video, but yeah, full-on preview will come tomorrow. Anyway, in terms of today's news, the first thing is Southshore. It's seemingly back. Well, I mean, it never left, but there is a map which was contained in the latest build of Warlords of Draenor, and, well, it's called Tarren versus Southshore. So what could this be? Well, personally, I think that this is most likely going to be some sort of new battleground or something like that, and perhaps it's going to be to do with the 10th anniversary of World of Warcraft. It would make sense doing a kind of old vanilla style thing for that. So that's what I'm thinking at the minute. Of course, we don't actually know anything else. It literally only just appeared. And maybe we'll get some sort of announcement, maybe at that at the event, which I'll talk about, well, next in this video. But yeah, anyway, new Tarren versus Southshore thingy. Looking at the actual map itself, it doesn't look like there are any battleground features. So it doesn't look like there's been any sort of alterations. It just appears to be an exact copy of what Southshore and Tarren looked like back in the day. Often with things like this, I think that they maybe might just have it so that this is only available during the duration of the 10th anniversary celebrations. I don't know why I feel like that, but sometimes it's a thing that games companies do. Though honestly, I would not mind a new battleground, and I think a lot of people could actually enjoy this. And maybe it's not even going to be a battleground. They could perhaps just open it up as some large, like, well, I suppose it would still be a battleground, but like some 40 versus 40 or 50, 60, 70 versus 70, like some sort of giant event thing for the 10th anniversary. Anyway, not 100% sure. We can't really speculate too much right now because we don't know that much about it, but certainly it is very cool. Alright, okay, so next we've actually got something pretty cool. So the sets of armor that are displayed on the character selection screen are actually being added into the game, and they're going to be given to newly boosted characters. Don't worry though, it's also going to be available in-game via regular means, so at least that's okay, and it will be item level 483. The gear itself looks like it's pretty much the exact same, however, one or two little things seem to be a bit more just high-res. These are essentially high-res remakes in some cases. Now, these screenshots are all very early versions that are probably not finished, so I wouldn't really judge them too harshly based on that. Yeah, I just think it's cool that these are being added into the game, honestly, and I'd imagine there's a lot of people who would like to transmog into that stuff. Some of this gear is rather similar to Tier 0 for that class, so for an example, the, like say the Warlock one looks a little bit like the Dreadmist raiment. So yeah, overall that's really cool, and there'll be something there for the transmog hunters. We just don't know how we're going to get it outside of the character boost yet. Okay, so next, Blizzard have announced the release date for the release date of Warlords of Draenor. Yeah, so they're going to be revealing the release date and the cinematic for the expansion on the 14th of August at 9:30 AM PDT in some sort of event in the Arc Theatre in Broadway, LA. So yeah, just, you know, a little 9:30 in the morning Broadway show. Awesome. Yeah, so that's what they're going to be doing then, which honestly is fine. You know, they're having a party for it. I don't know why there has to be a party for it, and this stuff could have worked out just fine at Gamescom, but I guess they want to make an event out of it, so whatever. If they have that space in their marketing budget, then I suppose more power to them. Now, there are one or two good things about it, though. There's actually going to be a Q&A thingy with a bunch of the devs afterwards, so maybe they're using this to announce more than just the release date and cinematic. I know we're actually getting the first episode of a new, like a new Warcraft animated series. We don't know a great deal about it, other than it is an animated lore series called Lords of War. So that's really cool, I suppose. It'll be nice to see that. It'll be really great to find out when the actual expansion's going to come out. I'm going to say it's maybe late September, and then sometime between mid to early October, probably. Just based on how damn quick things are going with the beta currently. Other than the fact that the beta is, of course, down today, so that's a little bit strange. Anyways, this venue's actually a, like, revamped 1920s theater place, like a movie theater, so that's probably why they've chosen it. You know, there's going to be the big cinematic, this new lore show, and overall, it seems to be quite cool. They say also animated lore miniseries. I don't know if that means it's going to be animated in terms of like full-on Blizzard CGI, or if it's maybe kind of like 2D animation or something. So yeah, again, that'll just be another thing that we will have to wait and see. So that's in 9 days. I actually can't wait. I think we're probably going to find out some really interesting stuff then. Okay, so let's finish off today's show with a quick little mention of orc posture. So Chris Robinson actually said on Twitter that they, want to add upright orcs eventually, but it won't be a part of the 6.0 update, and there's no guarantee or ETA if or when they introduce it, but they would certainly like it as an option. So I guess that's a thing that might be coming. Now, I also asked Chris on Twitter about the character customization stuff, in terms of, say, quivers for your, well, I suppose it's class customization, really. So quivers for your hunters, and vials of, poison for rogues, all that stuff. Yeah, I asked him what was going on with that on Twitter, and he said that they've made a few of the models, no release dates or anything like that, so I think, as we always knew, it's not really going to be a 6.0 thing, but it certainly seems like work is chugging along on that, which is great to hear. I'm just happy, that it hasn't been scrapped and that it's still a thing that's in active development. So that's basically it for today's news. Sorry for this not being a particularly eventful video, honestly. I really would have liked to bring you the Everbloom, or what's it called? Whatever the hell. Yeah, Everbloom dungeon preview, but unfortunately, we don't have any beta servers to access, so hurrah for that. Anyway, let me know what you thought about any of the topics covered in today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.